Hi everyone! So today I'm going to continue the monochromatic series, and today I'm going to be working with blues. And today there's going to be two parts in this video. So the first part is going to be all about the creative process. So I'm going to show you how I get my inspirations and also how I create my face charts. And the second part of this video will be all about the makeup. So if you want to get to the makeup, you can check the description box below. I will be leaving a timestamp there. But for those that want to see my creative process, you can just keep on watching. So we're going to get started. So I'm working on my Mac. Here I have my Photoshop opened. So I really like to work with Photoshops because I feel I have the most control. I can work with opacities, I can work with colors, and I also already have some inspirations here. So of course we have the Queen Itslikely makeup. So I like to have like look inspirations, and I also like to have color inspo. So the pictures here are from a painter / graphic designer. He's called Mike OK, and I love his color choices. His paintings are just amazing. This is him right here, and I really like to check his art out because he has an amazing comprehension of colors. He's really talented, so I always go to him for color inspo. So now I really like just to go right in, so I'm just going to pick this color up. I feel like this could be a nice crease shade. I don't really have any idea of what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm probably just going to be doing a cut crease, and I really like the fact that there's like a really nice bright inner corner shade right here. So I'm thinking of doing something similar to this. So here I think I have the shape that I want. And I also want to keep everything blue because we are doing the monochromatic look. So I think I'm just going to add a little bit of a blue-green shade in this inner corner right here. I think I want to keep the eyes very simple today. I might do maybe a dark blue line, maybe like a smoky liner. I think I like this. I'm going to put a little bit of color on my under eye, and I also want this to be very smoky. Ooh, I kind of like this. Wait, how about like a double liner moment? I feel like we're missing a little bit of this like turquoise shade. What do you think? Should I go with this? I think I'm going to go with this. Now I'm just going to hide this for the moment, and I'm going to just work a little bit on the face. Now for the face, I always like to put a little bit of like a skin tone color. Alright, now for the cheeks, of course, we're going to go with some blue. I'm going to grab the same blue right here, or should I go with this one? Ooh, I'm going to look like the Ice Queen. This could be a Frozen look. How do I feel about blue cheeks? I think it might be too much. Maybe I'm going to keep the cheeks very nude and bronzed. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And instead, I'm going to do a blue lip. Alright, so my computer is not wanting to work anymore because I'm doing way too much things on it right now. So I'm going to leave it like that. I think I'm going to do this for the eyes. Now this is probably going to change because every time I do a face chart, I have these huge ideas, and I always want to do something very intense, very colorful, but I'm limited to what I have. Alright, so I'm going to start looking at the colors I have. Now, of course, I'm thinking about using mostly this palette because we have a nice blue-green shade, and we also have this one, but this one is a little bit more purple. I need to find a good blue shade. Now, I also have the Jaclyn Hill palette, which I could probably use. Yeah, I think I'm going to use both shades right here. And I also have the NYX Brights palette. In here you have some pretty nice colors, but I find that they're a little bit patchy. They don't really stick to your eye. You really have to have a very sticky base to make these work. Ooh, I do have a nice like blue shimmer shade from the Colourpop Single Shadows, and this one is called Heavenly. I'm going to be starting working on my eyes because, as you saw, this is a pretty intense look. I'm not going to use my primer potion today because I feel like it is drying my lids out. So I'm going to grab my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm just going to prime my eyelids using this. And I'm really going to put this on my outer and inner corners because this look is going to be very intense. So I want to make sure that all of my lid is the same tackiness. And now for my next trick, I'm going to grab the Pool Party, is that it? Yeah. I'm going to grab the blue shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm really going to tap this in my inner corners. And I'm really not going to take it far in my outer corners. I'm really going to keep this in my inner. I'm blue, So now that I have the intensity that I want, I'm going to grab a little bit more of my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I'm going to be cutting the crease. And I'm also not going to be very careful on my outer corners because I know I'm going to clean everything up after. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white shadow all over my lid before applying the blue so that it's going to create a little bit more of a baby blue shade. It's kind of going to dilute the blue to make it a little bit softer. So I'm going to grab a mix of this one and this one, and I'm going to start tapping this on my lid. This palette has a lot of fallout, and as you can see, it's a little bit patchy. Now those blue shades in this palette are extremely patchy. Oh my goodness. Alright, so now it's looking a little bit less patchy because I mixed this shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette with a white shadow, so it's looking a little bit less patchy. So now I'm going to grab a dark blue shade, and just because I don't really want to go in with that NYX Brights palette again, I'm going to be grabbing a mix of this shade right here with this very dark green blue shade. So I'm going to mix both. And again, I'm really being messy because I'm going to clean everything up after. Now this is looking way better. And I'm going to remove all the fallout. Alright, so now that this is done, I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that we have that going on, I'm going to do some concealing. And for concealer, I'm going to take the Camouflage Essence concealer. Now this I tried in a first impression videos, and it's just amazing. I'm so shocked by it. I'm really amazed by it because it's a really full coverage and the finish is just beautiful. Like, it makes my skin look poreless and just flawless. I've been liking the very natural skin look right now, and I'm also going to just spot correct certain areas. So mostly the center of my face, my nose, and my forehead. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of my Pure Light foundation, and I'm just going to put this on my cheek just to make sure that everything is well covered. And I'm going to just, with a flat brush, blend everything out. I'm just going to grab any kind of loose powder. I'm using the Yves Rocher one, and just with a big fluffy brush, I'm lightly going to dust this all over my face. So I'm just going to take the same blue shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to smoke that all over my under eye. And I'm also going to smoke it into that wing we just created. Alright, so now that we're at this point, I feel like this look is a little bit too dull. So I'm going to take the Heavenly shade from the Colourpop Single Shadows. I'm going to take a little bit of this on a flat brush, and I'm going to put this in the center of my lid. No, I'm going to put this in my inner corners just to give a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to go back into that Pool Party shade, and I'm just going to re-intensify that inner corner. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that white shadow from the Kat Von D palette, and I'm going to put a little bit of white in my inner corners. Alright, so next I'm going to bronze my skin. Now because my eyes are really cool tone, I really want to warm up my complexion just to make me look a little bit more alive. And I'm just going to add a little bit of blush. Now I don't really want to go with a blue blush because it's really going to make me look very washed out. So I'm really just going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to put this on the apples of my cheeks, just to have a little bit of color. And I'm also going to take my Hourglass Ghost Edit palette, and I'm going to bring back a little bit of shine to my skin using those 3 upper shades, and I'm going to put this pretty much all over my cheeks, my nose, my cupid's bow, and my forehead, just to give a little bit more of a healthy look to the skin. And for highlight, I'm going to take the Colourpop Your Attach highlight because this one is a very like champagne warm highlight and it's extremely bright. So I'm going to put this on the high points of my cheeks. You can see this is extremely reflective. So I'm just going to fill in my brows like usual. So I'm just going to do that and I'll be right back. Looking good. And now for the lips. Now because I don't owe any like blue lipsticks, I'm just going to do a little bit of eyeshadow on the lips. Now if you saw my I try like hacks video, you saw that you can use a lip balm and a eyeshadow to do any kind of colored lipstick. So let me just grab a lip balm. And I'm going to start taking this shade right here. So I'm going to take the lip balm and I'm directly going to go into this eyeshadow. Oh my god, this is not a good look. Alright, so of course, I think if you wanted to do this look monochromatic, you would have to wear a blue lipstick, and the little trick with eyeshadow is looking extremely patchy. I'm just going to remove this, act like nothing happened, and I'm just going to pop on a nude lip. So I'm just going to do a little bit of setting spray. This is the Pixie Rose Glow Mist. My bottle was broken, so I had to transfer it to another one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this all over my face. Alright, so this is it for today's look. I hope you liked it. I feel like this could be a really nice look for like a festival or special occasions if you want something very dramatic for the eyes. Of course, you could always switch the colors up and achieve the same kind of look. I think I'm probably going to wear blues more often because I'm really liking this look right now. That's it for today's look, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 days a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And also you can follow me on Instagram for everyday content. I do a new makeup look every day of the week. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.